Hello and welcome to CLU News. I'm Anna McCree.
And I'm David Stenson.
In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at Cal Lutheran's changes to the cafeteria, diversity on the Cal Lutheran campus, and get your opinion on the topic of gun control.
We'll also highlight the top commercials from this weekend's Super Bowl, as well as getting more info on how CLU's drama department is being honored.
And in CLU Sport News, we're going to share coverage from this weekend's tennis match and alumni baseball game.
Cal Lutheran's dining services team promises that a dining experience with them should be more than great food. However, this experience is about to get a whole lot better. With hopes to be completed by 2014, Cal Lutheran is relocating, rebuilding, and revamping the cafeteria. Carissa's at the construction site to give us the full report. Carissa?
I'm here at the future site of the Ullman Dining Commons, where students can get a glimpse into CLU's new dining amenities. I'll be speaking with the project manager to get more information on the new features.
Hi, I'm Carissa Sherrill here with Valerie Crooks to talk about the new Ullman Dining Commons coming to CLU in 2014. When is the expected finish date of the project? I know 2014, but are we looking at a specific month?
Well, right now we're just saying 2014. We're targeting a year for the construction of the building. We're anticipating getting our building permit hopefully as early as next week. Next week we will be starting some of the underground utility work that we need to get going in advance of the actual building construction itself. So we're targeting that. It's going to be dependent obviously on what the weather throws at us the remainder of this winter. That can always be a surprise, but after we get the building completed, we do have a period of time where we have to be doing commissioning of the building, a lot of inspections from the agencies, and basically getting it ready to move all the equipment in and do the final finish.
Can you tell us a little bit about the new Ullman Dining Commons coming to CLU?
It's going to be a 2-story building. It'll have a lot of curtain wall glass, which means it'll be very transparent. You'll be able to see out, see in. On the upper floor, we have the dining hall, the main dining hall, and a market for grab-and-go items. On our first floor, we have a conference center and Jack's Coffee Shop, which we're very excited about. It's going to combine coffee shop and student lounge area, and then the whole building is supported by a large kitchen on both the first and the second floor. The one of the features that we're really excited about with the new dining commons is the fact that we're going to have patios on 3 sides of the second floor with great views out over Kingsman Park and to the south over Memorial Drive and then over to the west to the theater building.
And what's going to happen with the old dining commons, the cafeteria?
The old cafeteria is going to be repurposed as a new student union building. So we'll be getting going on that design work here in the near future and be looking to start that renovation, hopefully, pending funding, as the new dining commons is occupied and we can, close down the old cafeteria.
Valerie, thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure.
I'm Carissa Sherrill. Back to you guys in the studio.
I cannot wait to have my first meal in that new cafeteria.
I know, it's going to be delicious. I'm really looking forward to it.
At Cal Lutheran, we strive to offer the most diverse social and academic environment possible. Students are often encouraged to share ideas, beliefs, and backgrounds with one another. Let's go to Juliana, who has all the facts on CLU diversity.
To talk about how the admissions department helps create a diverse campus, I talked to Michael, the head of undergraduate admissions.
How does admissions help with diversity on campus?
Sure, of course. Well, the Office of Undergraduate Admission is the primary enrollment division for the university, so we're really the ambassadors of the institution, and we go out and recruit a range of different students from a range of different backgrounds. So, of course, we want to uphold academic excellence, but a huge part of that is also reaching out to a range of individuals that we think represent breadth and depth of the greater society that we're a part of. So that's why we think we have an active role in basically promoting diversity just by the nature of our work, because we think there's value to bring in a range of voices and perspectives to campus. Of course, we want to uphold academic excellence, but a huge part of that is also reaching out to a range of individuals that we think represent breadth and depth of the greater society that we're a part of. So that's why we think we have an active role in basically promoting diversity just by the nature of our work, because we think there's value to bring in a range of voices and perspectives to campus.
CLU also has a diversity initiative. To find out more about it, I went to visit Dr. Juanita Hall, who is the Senior Director of the Multicultural and International Programs, as well as the Assistant to the President for Diversity.
So tell us a little bit about the Campus Diversity Initiative. What is that about?
Okay, so the Campus Diversity Initiative came about when we got a grant from the James Irvine Foundation several years ago in the early 2000s. And what that was about was access for underrepresented students to be able to attend the campus. It was about diversifying our faculty so it's more representative of the campus, but also it was about the programs that we put in place to retain and graduate our diverse student body. And the other piece of that was to benefit from our diversity. So looking for ways to get students to interact across difference, but because we know from research, especially at this age, the biggest difference of students' cognitive abilities increasing and also the benefits of prejudice reduction comes when college-age students, traditional college-age students, interact across difference. The difference it makes in people's lives is greater at this time than even children or older adults. Wow. This is the optimum times.
The students that we talked to all agreed that diversity is important to any campus. Andre Ndoyen, a representative of the student government, had this to say on diversity at CLU.
I think diversity is good. It's healthy to keep a campus going, and I think it's good when people get to see other viewpoints, other ways of life, other just perspectives on how things work. So, but I think it's great. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and back to you in the studio.
Hearing that story really makes me thankful to be on a campus that's so accepting.
I know, it's so great.
Cal Lutheran's drama department is gearing up to soon participate in a national festival. The invitation to attend this festival was won by the drama students for an outstanding performance. Kelsey is visiting the Black Box, where they're prepping the set, and she details about this amazing achievement.
Hi, my name is Kelsey Gores, and I'm in the Black Box Theater of California Lutheran University. Here we are on the set of Trojan Women, a production that the drama department just put up and has been nominated for a regional theater competition called ACTF. Here I am with Matthew Case, who played Talthybius. Matthew, why do you think that the show made it to ACTF?
I think the show made it to ACTF because we had a very distinct show, and it wasn't just another play that someone put on. It had a very specific mood to it that drew a lot of attention. Even though it was a very dark play in some senses, I think a lot of the visual aspects that were brought out were very eye-catching and really brought the show forward in the viewer's eyes. So I think it was a very different show, but it was very good in that sense.
Very true. What about the show do you think really brought in the audience? You were talking about elements of surprise and that made it different. What's one thing about the show that really made it stand apart from other Greek tragedies?
I think a lot of the mood and the set. So generally in a Greek tragedy, you'll see a lot of pillars and everything, but in this set, obviously you see a lot more contemporary feel. So the actors and actresses were not always dressed in Greek necessarily, but when you have the soldiers coming on, it's a very different aspect from normal mythological characters from Greek tragedies. So.
Trojan Women is a Greek tragedy by Euripides that takes place immediately after the fall of Troy. The story takes place in a society where the men have all died in war, the women are being sold off into slavery, and the gods control all. The show got California Lutheran University Drama their third nomination in a row for ACTF because of their radical, modern take on the story, as well as the surprising audience involvement element. Trojan Women will be performed one last time for the CLU community on Saturday, February 9th at 8 p.m. Tell me about your part, Talthybius. What's he like?
My part is not an actual real character, so I had a lot of fun in formulating my sort of calm yet menacing character, and being in charge of all the soldiers gave me that power and astuteness that I needed to to sort of, have a calm correctiveness with my posture and just be very confident when ordering everyone around and being the bad guy, sort of. So.
And are you excited for ACTF? Do you think Kelly will do well?
I think we'll do very well. I know it's going to be a lot different with the staging since it's not the same format, and it's looking really good right now, so I'm really excited for it, and it should be a lot of fun.
Okay, well, thank you. Back to you in the studio.
What an awesome experience for them.
I know, it really makes me want to participate in the next spring's musical. I've got quite the voice for it.
Funny. Next is a story we covered last year at this time, and it should be pretty interesting to compare the two. Over the weekend, the San Francisco 49ers played the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. Both teams played a great game, but as usual, it was the commercials that the fans paid special attention to in between the plays. Let's talk to Heather, who has all you want to know about the best ads of 2013 Super Bowl.
I'm Heather Ford, and we are going to talk a little bit today about the Super Bowl commercials. There were over 100 billion people this year watching the Super Bowl. So as you can tell, this would have a huge impact on people watching the television ads and the commercials. It's known that out of every 10 televisions that were on, at least 7 of them were watching the Super Bowl. So today we are going to talk to a few people, get their opinions on the commercials, and see if they liked this year's better than last year's.
My favorite commercial was the Oreo commercial when they were all whispering in the library. That was pretty funny.
And why did you like that commercial the best?
It was just ironic and ridiculous, and it appealed to me.
Daddy commercial where the woman made out with the nerdy guy.
Okay. My favorite Super Bowl commercial was the Taco Bell commercial with the old people. It was fantastic. It was just...
Okay, so what were your guys' favorite Super Bowl commercials this year?
I like the Samsung one with Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen, and I don't know what his name is, but the guy from Breaking Bad, and it was just a really funny commercial and had LeBron in it. It was all good.
My favorite was the Clydesdale one for Budweiser. I mean, I like the funny ones, but that one just melted my heart.
Oh, how sweet is that? Okay, so did you guys like these commercials this year better than last year, or last year better than this year?
Not as much this year as last year. I don't know. Some of them were a little awkward. Most of the GoDaddy one, but it was kind of an awkward year for commercials.
I'd say they're pretty terrible overall, this year and last year.
Well, nothing like being honest. Okay, so as you can see, there are a few differing opinions on the Super Bowl commercials this year and whether or not they are better than last year's. Let's take a look at some of the ones that we thought were the best.
Crackin' Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Crack, 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 crack. Crackin' Gangnam Style. Hey, break your nuts now. Crack, 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 crack. Pistachios. Crackin' Gangnam Style.
Psy does it. Then we all go nuts.
Crack, 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 crack.
Wonderful pistachios. Get crackin'.
Those were so hilarious. My favorite was the Oreo because I love the cookie.
Really? That's funny because I love the cream.
The cookie's so much better.
No, it's all about the cream.
Cookie.
Cream.
Okay.
Anyways, speaking of sporting events, this weekend Cal Lutheran held an alumni match. The current CLU baseball team took on players that were once their teammates during this game. Michael was on the field. Michael?
Thanks, guys. With the Whitworth series right around the corner, the Kingsmen look to get the ball rolling on their season while having fun taking on the CLU alumni. The current Kingsmen defeated the alumni, and I was able to grab a quick word with both current and past players. I'm here with alumni pitcher Spencer Trigg, who just ended up his season with Indie Ball in McAllen, Texas. What were your thoughts on the alumni game? How do you think it went?
I think it's a great event for the program, and it gives the alumni a chance to come back and see how their team's going to be this year and how the guys are, how they look, and really give us an idea of, where the program stands. So it's a good time for that, and it's also good to see some of the old guys you played with and have a good time out on the baseball field.
I'm here with Nick DiLorenzo, senior first baseman. Just want to get a quick thought about how the alumni game went and your thoughts coming up with the season.
We got a win, which is always nice, but it's good to, play the alumni. They had a pretty good squad this year, and it's good to, play against the history of CLU. It's a good event for everybody.
The Kingsmen look to make a statement against preseason number 5, Whitworth University, this weekend. Preseason All-American Trevor Coons and last year first-team All-West Region DH Nick DiLorenzo look to play a big part in the Kingsmen's success. Do you have any quick thoughts on Whitworth coming up next week?
It's going to be a, good series, but I think I'm planning on taking 3. That's the way I look at it. I think that's how we are, and that's what I look at.
First pitch is scheduled for 2:30 Friday afternoon at Sparky Anderson Field. Back to you in the studio.
What a great game. And at the end of the day, CLU's current team took the game away.
As it should be, since they practice every day. But I have to tell you, the tennis match was even better. Just before the baseball game, CLU hosted a tennis match against Chapman University. There were 3 doubles matches and 6 singles matches, and the match lasted for about 5 hours on Saturday. Kier was there to get the full scoop.
Expectations have never been higher for the Kingsmen men's tennis team. The return of pivotal players like Nicholas Ballou and Ray Worley, and the addition of Alex Nichols, has Cal Lutheran in national championship contention.
It was really good. We are trying to get our rhythm back. It was nice to have a win, an easy win. Actually, we had a strong start. We got 2 breaks at the first two games, and we got really pumped up. Thomas was serving really well. I was putting a lot of pressure up the net. I'm trying to get my shoulder fixed again to be able to serve some big serves and help Thomas up at the net to make it easier for him to win some points. But yeah, it was a really nice start, and I liked it.
The Kingsmen, who rank 11th in the nation, will face their first true test later this month when they travel up to Minnesota for the ITA National Tennis Indoor Championship. There, first-ranked Emory University, who has won the tournament 2 years in a row, along with number 2 ranked Kenyon University and number 7 Johns Hopkins University, will be waiting. Whether CLU will make it out of this tournament, let alone the season in championship form, has yet to be seen, but players are optimistic.
It's fun. I actually like watching these guys play. I mean, they're 4, 5, and 6 are right behind us, and the team's doing really well this year. We're looking solid, so it's great to be able to see what the guys are capable of doing instead of just being focused on my own matches. So it's fun. I enjoy it a lot, actually.
It was a good win for the number 11 ranked Cal Lutheran Kingsmen as they beat Chapman University. Later today, they'll be going up to Caltech to play in another match at their doubleheader, and Brandeis University will be coming down for their next home game. It was a promising win for the men's tennis team of the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Back up to you guys.
At this time, we would like to introduce a special segment we like to call Street Talk. After many recent tragedies in the United States where innocent lives were taken by irresponsible use of guns, CLU News hit the streets of Thousand Oaks with reporter Courtney Nunez to get your opinion on the controversial issue of gun control.
Let's talk to Courtney and see what everyone had to say.
With recent shootings in Aurora, Colorado and Newtown, Connecticut, concern is raising for student safety. In largely populated areas such as movie theaters, stores, and schools, safety is at risk. I'm at California Lutheran University talking to students about their views on gun control. Recent laws now in effect prohibit carry of unloaded long guns, such as rifles and shotguns, in public places, and authorize LA County to enact and enforce an ordinance that is stricter than the state law regarding the manufacture, sale, possession, or use of any BB device, toy gun, replica, or firearm. CLU News wanted to know what students thought.
That there should be regulations on magazine sizes and assault weapons, and I'm very happy with our current administration is trying to do to get towards that goal.
As a Norwegian socialist, I don't like guns, and we don't have them in our home unless we're hunters. So I guess if you don't have all these guns for your own protection, you might as well be more protected without the guns.
I think that it's really important that we strictly regulate what type of guns sold. I mean, my group in Christian ethics class, we were discussing how we didn't think AK-47s and shotguns were really necessary in protecting people's homes.
I believe that outlawing them isn't really going to solve the problem, but because there's always going to be a black market, if anything, it's just going to fund more criminal activity.
Putting more laws down, how are the people who are already stealing them, getting them illegally through, different, gun trafficking and everything, like how is it gonna stop them? It's not. It's just gonna put more restrictions on people who want guns for, things like hunting or for their own self-protection. It's only gonna make them not be able to get guns as easy.
As you can see, there are various opinions on this matter. Back to you in the studio.
What interesting points everyone made.
I know, it really makes it hard to pick a side.
That's true. It's a very complicated issue.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. Be sure to tune into the next episode of CLU News.
And in the meantime, check out www.callutheran.edu for more updates. Thank you. See you next time.